Hey y'all. Boy, it's been a whole minute, hasn't it? Didn't even really know where to start, but I guess I'm a proponent of start where you stand or sit or whatever. I just pulled up an old chair out here in the pasture and said, let's get going. Got a lot to unpack since we visited last here on this Chronicle page, but life is good. The difference is I used to have plenty of time and no money. Now got a little bit better flow on the money part of it, but no time. I guess I need to learn some balance. Been on the road a lot, going back and forth down to see Wildflower, and kind of farm took the wayside. Her and I have talked about it, and we got to get things balanced back. So I almost made me sick to come home to this whole place, knowing how good it looked, and working here in the business, cleaning pools, doing good with that. I don't have my hat on. I'm in shorts today. It's 102 at 6:30 in East Texas, and that's in the shade. But just thought I'd jump on here and say howdy, see if we can't do a few more of these along the way. Lots happened over time. Old DW went about his way. Everything's good. The other goats are fine. I don't have to build a bulletproof wall to get in and out of there now since he's found another home. But old pasture got bush hogged this week. That was a good thing for me. But the chickens, we hadn't had them in a while, and we'll ease back into it. Decided to force myself into it. I got a delivery yesterday, and they're in the laundry room right now. 12 bourbon red turkeys. So we're gonna start with that. They're little bitties right now, but I'm almost embarrassed to show it, knowing how it used to look so good. But it's about just being real. And well, this old tin roof, y'all can see behind me, it's grown up with weeds, but I've locked those goats up in here a day or so, and they'll make quick work of that. But we've got little baby goats running around. Oh, they're not babies. They're a few months old. Sissy's doing good. She's decided that cool air in the house is probably the best place to be in the summer. So she's in there. She had me scared the last 2 days, to be honest with you. Couldn't find her. Didn't see her. And she'd eased up into one of them bedrooms and accidentally closed the door. And she's such a good dog. She doesn't make a ruckus or whatever. We found her this morning. She was fine. But, well, I ain't looking forward today to having to lose her. But life goes on, doesn't it? I was thinking the other day, it's been a few months ago, but I made a note of it because it struck me funny. And I like pickles. I think a lot of folks like pickles. But I tell you what I don't like. I don't like them fast food pickles on your burger. Them old slimy things. Something ain't right about that texture. And if you have to eat on the run as much as I do, just if I had my preferences, I just don't want those old slimy pickles on my burger. All right? That's just me. But I went through drive-thru, and I mean, it was a line. It wasn't Chick-fil-A, or I'd been in and out of there pretty quick. They've got that down to a science, don't they? But anyway, I was in line and did my order, friendly enough, and pulled on ahead. And I checked it real quick. Lo and behold, even though I told them not to, they put pickles on my burger. So I thought about it a minute. And I like things to be right, like I paid for. But after I thought about it, I looked behind me, that big old long line. I had two choices. In my rights, I could have pulled over and walked back in there and got the order right. I'm sure they'd be glad to have done it. Affected a whole lot of people having to wait. Who knows who was behind me? Somebody may be late for work. Somebody on the way to pick up a kiddo. Who knows? But just for that one decision, I went ahead and ate them pickles. Picked a few of them off, and I think a couple of them on there. Didn't hurt me at all, right? And I think that's life. Sometimes we have to deal with the pickles. There's stuff happens to us that we really didn't want to, and we've got a choice about it. We can deal with it, put on a smile, and try to be the light to those around us, or go in and cause a ruckus and get what we ordered. I don't know that that's the right path most times. So I just decided to deal with the pickle. There's old JoJo. I believe she's about to give us another round of kids. I don't know. She's looking a little big there for this time of the year, but we'll see. But now we're cleaning up the old place again. I guess those that were late to the journey from when I started this in 2018 almost get to see how it was. It's not that bad, but it's bad to me. So I don't like it being run down. Thank goodness I hadn't had to keep up with mowing this year. I don't think anybody has. I feel sorry for folks in that business. It is some kind of dry. I guess I'm doing this like I used to for chronicling. Get that on this video because I know the first rain, that'll brighten back up to green. You can notice that sky showing through that tree line. Those that used to follow, remember that patch of woods back there that Mama had planted back in early 2000, late 90s in timber. Well, they come along and decided it's time to harvest it. And I almost don't like looking at it up there. Of course, it went back to pasture like it used to be, but it's clear cut all the way back down to that little old shack back there. But time moves on. Deal with the pickle, right? Well, glad for any of y'all jumping on here. I'm going to try to read some of the comments. Don't have anything really much to say this evening, but I've been talking about it. Folks saying I need to do them again. And it's tough after you stop something for a while and don't even know how. I didn't even know how to put the live button on. I used to advise people how to do it. Now I'm in their shoes, I guess, trying to figure it out. We're gonna make it. This whole farm's gonna rebound. Kind of glad I didn't plant this year because it sure would have burned up. But we had that couple of rows of elderberries. They didn't make it, but we'll get that rolling again. So just got to pick up where you left off, right? And keep moving. Learning balance and deal with the pickles. I'll have to show you all those turkeys when they get a little bit bigger. But I'm excited about them. That was fun. We had those before. Boys, Grant's just crunching. Oh, that little documentary on Texas farms is done. I've seen it. It's a nice little piece. Made me miss how I had it, so I gotta run quick back to it. But I think it releases in September. I'm not sure where it'll be available, but as I'm allowed, I will keep y'all updated. Let me set up on the old water tank and see who's here, and then we'll call it an evening. Let me scroll back. Getting old, y'all. Can't hardly read this without my readers anymore, but I think I might can manage. Let's see. There's Charlotte. Hadn't seen me in forever. Yeah, here I am. No worse for wear, I guess. Let's see. There's Miss Lavelle. Kelly, how are you? Got Patricia. Hey, how are you? Michelle says welcome back. Susan's on. Billy, good to hear from you again. Oh, yeah, it does need to take a break. This heat is something else. Me and Jordan working together in the pool business. We got it grown right smart, I guess. But ain't no way to start early and finish early because there's just too many of them to do. And this heat's got everybody hollering. But we get it done. There's Jen. Hey, how are you? I think I got everybody a hamburger deal. Old Charlotte says. Marilyn says we missed you. Missed y'all too. There's Don. And Candace Nicole. Bev Yak says hi. There's my buddy Michael. Hey, good to hear from you. Oh, HEB days in Waco. That's right. That's right. Well, let's see. Don't mess with cut pickles. Well, everybody's got their own preferences, but for me, it'd have to be fresh cut and probably cold, like a deli sandwich or something. I can do that, but them old hot slimy ones that come out of a 50-gallon drum, I don't know, just think something ain't right for me about them. That's just how it is. There's my buddy Chris out in Waco. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just got to get back to, man, it's just, I got to tickle. It's so hot. Now, my aunt, I'm getting off in the weeds again, literally. My aunt hates these old red tips. My Aunt Bonnie. Love her to death, but boy, she has fought them and them moles all her life. And she pulled up one day, it's been a couple of years ago, and these were pretty small. And I want them here for a hedge because that road right there is just too much noise. So I don't mind them. I like to keep them a little trimmed back, but well, that's them. But she's getting out of the car. She's 80. She said, "Let me help you cut all them down. They'll take over the place." I'm like, "It's all right, Aunt Bonnie. I actually planted them there. I want them there." "Do you want them there?" I'm like, "Well, yes, ma'am," for a hedge. But anyway, I noticed she probably came by here and poisoned them. That's probably what happened. No, she wouldn't do that. But look at these. That old heat, it's got them. They are done. So maybe she was praying to the good Lord to get rid of some of these red tips for me. Now they're just brown leaves. Love her to death, though. They're like my second mama. My aunts are good to me, and I'm proud to be their nephew. But, all right, I talked enough for one. Trying to ease back into this and kind of get my mojo back, if you will. Appreciate y'all following along, and old house still in good shape. And we'll just have to take it piece by piece again, won't we? It'll be all right. Y'all have a good evening, and if you have a choice, might be better, even if you don't like it. Just deal with the pickle. Be the light, y'all.